Hey guys, MTU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the SenTiNel Toys, the Marvel Fighting Armor Captain America Sam Wilson. This is the new one that just finally hit Big Bad Toy Store, so link in the video description below. It is in stock right now. Big shout out to them for sending this out my way so I can review for you guys. I am absolutely loving the SenTiNel Fighting Armor line. I just think these figures came out really nice. The whole concept of you have all these heroes and kind of villains, taking on these suits of armor similar to Iron Man. So Tony Stark develops these suits of armor for them, and they wear them some pretty cool stuff. So it's awesome to see these different characters get this treatment in this action figure form. So Sam Wilson, Captain America, is the latest one. The reissues of Deadpool and Wolverine have hit. Those are in stock as well. So this line is becoming fully fleshed out. It seems as though there may not be any others, which I hope is not going to be the case. You know, the Punisher one just came out. That was super limited. Only 800 of them worldwide, I think it was. 800 or 8,000? I think it was 800. Yeah, pretty sure 800. So, I hope to see more characters. I'd love to see Moon Knight get made. I'd love to see Daredevil get made. You guys let me know who else you would like to see made. But here we have Captain America Sam Wilson just in time for the release of Marvel Studios' Captain America Brave New World. I am recording this. This is Tuesday evening, but you guys will be watching this video Thursday afternoon. I think I'm going to set it up to be Thursday at noon, as I'm trying to do all these videos and have them go up at noon and midnight for all these videos that I'm trying to do, because I'm trying to catch up. I got a bunch of stuff to review for you guys. So this will be just in time for Captain America Brave New World. So great timing if you think about it. So here we go. We got the box. We got that close-up look at the Sam Wilson figure there, which is looking pretty cool. On the side, you can see an image of the figure. On the other side, you see a different posed out version there, and here on the back of the package you can see a couple of different looks for this figure. I will do a comparison of this Captain America figure with the other Captain America, the Steve Rogers Captain America, classic Captain America figure. There's going to be obviously some similarities and there's going to be some differences. The suits aren't exactly the same, so I think the upper torso piece is likely going to be different. The shield is probably the same, and the big difference is Sam comes with wings. He flies around, so that is a big change up there. Looking at the inside, I love the artwork on some of these. Sometimes they have kind of a zoomed in look, but I like it when you can see the entire figure kind of posed out. Really cool things going on there. So that is a look at the figure there posed out. And then out of the package, just look at the bright white and the bright blue, looking beautiful. Can't wait. Let's go ahead and open this up. Let's take a look at Captain America Sam Wilson, the SenTiNel Marvel Fighting Armor. And again, check out BigBadToyStore.com. Link in the video description below. Another hit, another banger of a figure by SenTiNel Toys. I don't know what it is about these ones. You know, they're a mix of metal, they're a mix of die-cast. Something about the way these figures look just really stand out to me and are just so much fun. Like, that's what it's all about. That's what, like, I look at all these action figures because I collect so many different things now at this point. You know what in my collecting, you know, started off with Marvel Legends. You know, there was just like, all these things are so cool and they're just so much fun, and you get all these different characters and these cool designs. You know, I'm 10 plus years into collecting Marvel Legends. I still absolutely love them, but they're kind of the same thing. I know exactly what to expect. So this line, me, you know, taking the leap into this new line, well, new to me, it's not a new line, it's a few years old. I remember seeing these back at Toy Fair in 2020 and thinking, oh, those are so cool, like, yeah, maybe I'll get them, but then I didn't. You know, so it wasn't until 2024 that I was like, man, these look cool, I should check them out. And then I checked them out, and they're so freaking amazing. So it just brings a lot of fun and new and excitement to collecting for me. So that's what it's all about. So getting some of these new figures, because, you know, I have this Captain America Sam Wilson figure now. I also got the Black Panther to review for you guys. I got the War Machine to review for you guys. I've got those reissues Deadpool and Wolverine on the way so I could review for you guys because I'm absolutely loving it. The sad thing is, the last one I'll need to get is the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive X-Force Deadpool, and then I need to track down an Iron Spider. I did pick up one from Mercari, but there was a couple of things with it that I'm like, you know, there was some scratched paint. It was not good, so I'm trying to return it. I got to deal with that with Mercari. So I'm hoping to just buy one brand new in a box, but I got to be able to find one and secure one, you know, at a good deal. But just absolutely loving this line. So this Captain America figure, it doesn't change any of that, right? Just keeps on rolling with the excitement because it's just so cool. And the thing that I love about this is it really is different from the Steve Rogers Captain America that we already got. And when I say different, it's a lot of the same parts. So let's clear that out, get that out of the way. There's so much reuse with these figures, but I don't even care. It doesn't even bother me because the design of each one is different. So it changes it up enough to where it feels new, it feels different. And let's be honest, if Tony Stark's creating a suit of armor for each character, you know, the easy thing is you get a suit of armor, it's going to be the same across everybody. The difference with each figure, with each character, is going to be this top torso part. So as you can see here with the Steve Rogers Captain America, it's essentially the same body, the same hands and everything like that, but the upper torso is what is changed because obviously Sam Wilson, it allows for him to actually have the wings on there, and he comes with wings, whereas the Steve Rogers one, you know, it just allows him to be able to put that the shield on his back. So Sam, he will not be able to do that, but we got those wings, so that is really cool. And not only that is we get Red Wing here, so this is really cool. You could use the stand, this will port into the back of the figure, so you could use it as a flight stand, do all that. For me to show you guys here, what I just did is I put the Red Wing on there. And I want to show you guys something that's super freaking cool. And I don't think I saw this in any of the pictures and images or anything, but it's Red Wing on his back. So we've got the wings on there. So if you look right on the back there, it's the folded up Red Wing ready to deploy. And that does remove on there. It is super cool. So when we take a close-up look at the figure, I'm going to pop that out and you guys could take a look at it. So I just think the idea and the concept of that was so great for Sentinel Toys to do. So here is the Captain America figure. Again, I'm absolutely loving it. I'll do a full-on side-by-side proper comparison between these two a little bit later in the video, talking about like the different shades and whatnot. But I just, again, want to share my excitement of how cool this thing is. Now, I do have one criticism for this figure. If I could change anything, it would be the wing size, because these wings are kind of small. It may not look tiny, but having it in hand, it's like, oh man, I wish the wings would be a little bit bigger. Maybe because like the Marvel Legends version, the wings are quite large, that I just feel like they should be bigger. I don't know. You guys let me know down in the comments below. Bigger the better, right? But they're cool, but again, bigger the better. So they look nice on there. So let's go ahead and zoom in, take a close-up look, and see all the comic inspiration that goes into the suit of armor, like the helmet, for instance. When we zoom in, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's a close-up look at the Sam Wilson Captain America figure, and this is what I wanted to talk about in the comic inspiration. So we have the well, I don't know if this is, yeah, this will work. So we have the comic Marvel Legends there. So he's got the goggles in there, as you can see, the cowl that kind of wraps around his head. What they did here was really cool. So you got the red of the visor there, so it's not just like a solid red color or anything like that. They actually made it have a goggle type effect, to where his eye holes are still on the inside there, so it still feels like the goggled look to Sam Wilson. As you can see, the eye lens is inside there, because again, it's still a suit of armor, so just like with the Steve Rogers, as you can see there, you still have the eye lenses in there. That's where you would see out of. Same thing for Sam Wilson. It's just, you know, they still put the goggle look over there, so that is really cool. I love that they did that. And then it can kind of up at the top, I guess, would be kind of be like, because his hair would be exposed, so you can kind of see that there. So that is really nice. We get a lot of white on this guy to really reflect Sam Wilson's Captain America suit, because he had a lot of white and everything like that. So you could see the white that's added in there, and it just looks really, really good. There we get the red, white, and the blues. Here on the wrists, we get a little bit of brown added in there, whereas the Steve Rogers version did not get any of that. Steve Rogers had a lot more white on the mid-torso and stuff, where we get a little bit more red for Sam Wilson. And then you could see the two torsos are, in fact, different there. The stars are shaped a little bit differently and everything. And then the blues between the two are a little different. I think Sam Wilson has a brighter blue, which is cool. Steve had this effect where right in the middle of the thigh, that's actually a different shade of blue in there, where it's all the same shade of blue for Sam Wilson. For his knees, you could see a different color for the knee pad, and then his boots have some white on there and some blue and stuff. So there is the differences between the two. But other than that, again, same body, same arms, same legs, same hands, all of that. It's just the torsos and the heads that are different there. But really loving the way it works. Here we have the shield, and again, the shield is going to be the exact same. There's no difference between the two. If anything, it's just reflects the brighter blue of the Sam Wilson's design, but everything about it is the same. Now, they do this weird thing where you have this pull-out peg system to grip onto it and everything like that. So the reason why they do that is you could do it to where it's kind of has this throwing effect there, and then you can have it holding it and whatnot there, because he does come with some grip hands. So we'll get into those accessories. So he has a pair of these wide open hands like so. You get a pair of fists like so, and then you also have a pair of grip hands so he can grip that shield. And then of course he comes with the Red Wing accessory there. It's a little too zoomed in, that Red Wing accessory, which looks really cool. The way it's on there is you could just put it on the stand. It just would peg in the bottom there. So that is the full Red Wing there. So that is really cool. And then the wings on the back, as you can see, the wings, so nice silver, red, and blue in there. And it's got some really good articulation. You can move this thing around and kind of bend it in. You get one hinge in there on the wing, so lots of really good movement. And I'll talk a bit about that more in the articulation setup. But as you can see on the wings, you kind of get that like arc reactor type spot, where we see that in several spots along the figure in several different areas, where you could see like in the thrusters and things like that, that powers the suit. So that is really cool. I'm going to take the wings off. They come off very easily. They just peg into the back there. The figure does come with these I lost one. Does come with these cover pieces, and I don't know if I'm putting these on the wrong side or not. I feel like I might be. This is probably right. I don't know if it is or not. No, that's definitely not right. So let me see. I found it. Let's see. How do we do this? I'm gonna do that. So you can see it pegs in there like that. So when you take the wings off, you can have the back pieces on there, and it's fully covered up, so you don't see those peg holes or anything like that. It doesn't have this ugly look, an incomplete look, but that's how we go there. And again, as you can see, the Red Wing feature on the back there, which is really cool. So let me just go ahead and take these back plate pieces back off, and again, that's where the wings will peg on there. And you got the Red Wing, so you can actually pull this off. You want to be very careful with it. You want to be very careful with it, so you can remove it, and you have your Red Wing that's ready to deploy. How freaking cool is that? I don't recall seeing those in the images. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, but that's just an awesome little detail that they added in there that I absolutely love. I just think it's so cool that you have it there. So really, if Red Wing's out and about flying around, this should not be on his back, but you know, not that big of a deal, but still cool. Looking at the figure again, another final look at it. Just looks so good. The peg hole on the back there is for this particular flight stand, so you can actually port this in there and use that flight stand. So there we go. So lots of nice silver, blues, whites, reds, and black to give us the Sam Wilson Captain America. Now let's go ahead and check out the articulation. Okay, so Sam Wilson's articulation, the head can look all the way up, which is great, especially when it comes to flight poses. As you can see there, he can look all the way down. The neck is on its own separate piece, and then the head is on this like hinged type deal on there. I don't think these heads could come off. That's not something I'm going to try. By the look of it, it doesn't look like they can, so I'm not going to do it. One thing that does bother me, though, is there's all kinds of gappage in there with the neck. I wish they would fix that. Unfortunately, you do get that gap in there, but you could also just kind of move the head up without bringing the neck all the way out, showing that gap. You do some really good pivot and stuff on the neck and everything like that. You could turn the head side to side. You cannot do a full swivel in there, but you don't really need a full swivel. You can get the arm to go straight on out like so. You could do a full rotation in that arm. There is a little bit of this butterfly type joint, which allows some circular motion in there. It doesn't allow for a whole lot of crossbody, and it doesn't really go back a huge amount, but you can move and reposition the arm in different ways a little bit there. You have an upper bicep swivel in there. Double jointed elbow gives you that much bend there. Wrists swivel and they hinge. It is a ball joint hinge, so you could swivel and hinge any which way you need them to go. We get a couple of different points of articulation in the torso area. It is comprised of like 3 different parts. So you got the lower torso, this midsection, and this upper torso. This midsection is basically just like this filler piece there. It's not really attached to anything. It just kind of sits in there to kind of close up some of the gaps and stuff. But his torso, he can bend all the way back there. Coming forward, you get, let me force it a little bit. You can come forward that much there, which is pretty good. You could tilt quite a bit, as you can see there to his left. You could tilt to the right there as well. You could turn at that upper diaphragm. The ball joint at the waist does allow for a tiny bit of turn, but you're really going to do it at that upper torso there. The legs do have drop down hips, so you could drop down those legs that much there, which will allow you to then kick forward very far, get that leg to go back super far, and get the leg to come out to the side that much there. With that drop down, you also get a swivel, so you could swivel that around there. Double jointed pinless knee, it is pinless, but double jointed knee there's no boot swivel at all. You do have an ankle swivel in there, so you could turn the foot around. You can hinge down a little bit. You can hinge up a little bit as well. You get this flap here that will allow you to kind of hinge up a bit. You have toe articulation in there, and there is some ankle pivot going on there. So that is the articulation. I did not talk about the wings. I will get back into that. I want to show you guys, because I just dropped a piece there. Let's put these back on. It's just going to clip, peg into the back there. Whoops. Let me just do this. As you can see, it is all on a ball joint there, so that's how we can get some really good movement in these wings, which is awesome, because that's what we want to do. We want to be able to move these wings in all kinds of different positions, so as Sam is flying around, if he needs to kind of protect himself, that's what we could do. So looking at the wings there, you could turn them all the way around. You can bring them back out. You can bring them in, which is great. So you can do all kinds of different things there. So you can kind of bow it out that way. Oops. Do it too much, and then you're just going to pull the wing off completely. So obviously keep that in mind. Whoops. Because I got my finger underneath that one. Oh, so let's just keep the one. So you could see, the range of motion on the wings there, which is really great on kind of what you could do. And then with that, you can bend in the wing a little bit, so you can kind of protect Sam Wilson a little bit there, which is really cool. So you can bend it back as well. So that is all the great movement on the wings for Sam Wilson. Let me get this other set back on there so you guys could see it again. So there we go. So positioning the wings. So depending on how you want to do it, again, you can, whoops, pulled that right off. Get that back on there. So positioning the wings for the wingspan, you could kind of do that, or you can bring them up, right? If you're going into attack mode, if you don't pull out the wing, these wings are not just falling off, guys. It's because of the way I'm pulling it. It's pulling them out of the peg hole sockets. So if you're going on the attack mode, you could do that as well. So you can really position these wings in some great ways. So I just love what we got going on there. So that is the articulation, whoops, for Sam Wilson and his wings. Okay, so here is the Steve Rogers Captain America next to the Sam Wilson Captain America, so you could really see the differences in the blues. And again, a brighter blue, in my opinion, on the Sam Wilson there, whereas Steve just looks a little bit darker there. I like that we kind of get a little bit more color variation with Sam Wilson, like with the boots. As you can see, we got red, white, and blue for the boots, and then a little bit of black on those knee pads, the kneecaps there, whereas Steve just kind of has red boots, and that's kind of it. So I like that we get a more color in the figure. Not, I guess the only added color is black. We don't get the brown like in the belt. It breaks it up a little bit and just kind of stands out a little bit more. But let's go ahead and see some other Sam Wilson Captain America figures. So here we've got some Marvel Legends, so you could see the very comic inspiration even for the MCU Sam Wilson. That is from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It is not a Brave New World version, although I guess the suit is kind of technically in that movie minus the cowl, but this is the Anthony Mackie head on there anyway. But we got the comic Marvel Legends version. That is the Target exclusive version there. So let's go ahead and see some additional comparisons with some wings on, shall we? Okay, so I put the wings on the comic version. As you can see, it's very different style of wings. They're just all red on the comic version. And then I got the MCU Brave New World Captain America figure because maybe you guys in a few hours, if you're watching this video right as it goes live, maybe in a few hours, maybe you're going to go and see Captain America Brave New World because I'm seeing it Thursday night at 6. This video should be going up noon Thursday is when you guys first be able to watch this. So getting very excited. So hyped up, all kinds of Sam Wilson Captain America stuff going on here. So very exciting time. Here, as you can see, the similar styles, but the Marvel Legends just has these huge wings that might be bigger than they are from the movie. I'll have to see kind of in the movie, but from what I could tell, like in trailers and stuff, they don't look to be this big, whereas the Legends ones, they got some big ass wings. And I think, again, bigger is better. It makes a little bit more sense, but it's just kind of crazy kind of seeing the difference in the wingspan there. As you can see, that's just, yeah, it's a crazy difference. So there we go on the Sam Wilson Captain America figures. So that's going to be it for the review. I'm very, very happy with this. Again, if anything, I wish you could have maybe some slightly bigger wings, but I love the articulation that we get in them, how you can really kind of move them around so you can pose in certain ways. You could turn them, you can hinge that in and everything like that. I love the red, white, and blue design. It just really pops out on the Sentinel toys, the Marvel Fighting Armor figures. You guys let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of this Sam Wilson Captain America figure? I absolutely love it. Cyclops is still my favorite of the bunch because something about that blue and gold and the yellow just really stands out. And it was kind of my first one of the Marvel Fighting Armor. You know, I always thought it looked the best, and then having it be my very first one in hand kind of confirmed it. All of them have been great so far, but man, it's just really hard to top that Cyclops. The Punisher is really cool. Iron Man, Cap, Thor, Loki, they're all great figures. But this Sam Wilson Captain America is probably going to be my number 2 behind Cyclops. Just because, you know, the colors of it really pop and stand out. I like the wings. Maybe it's just the timing thing because I'm all hyped up for Captain America Brave New World. That's absolutely it. There's some bias in there for sure. But you guys give me your thoughts down in the comments below on this Marvel Fighting Armor Sam Wilson Captain America by Sentinel Toys. Again, it is in stock right now at BigBadToyStore.com. So link in the video description below if you're looking to pick up this Captain America figure. Again, highly recommend. It is pretty awesome. 1/12 scale Sentinel Toys. Again, mixed with plastic, die cast, and all that good stuff in there. You give me your thoughts in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.